Whoops.
Whoa. Let's see. Let me get where I can see chats. I'm on my phone.
Hey, Spencer.
How about it, brother? How you doing tonight?
All these shoes have got to go.
Oh, yeah.
I just realized I still had them on.
What's going on here?
I don't know, babe.
There. We're live, and this thing not pulling it up as live. That's weird.
What thing's not pulling it up as live?
Here.
Oh.
That's weird.
You having problems?
Here we go.
On a phone?
All right.
Who else is shocked?
Hey. All right. Cats, dogs. Look, this ain't going to get it tonight. Get the cat out of here.
They all decided they wanted to be on the show, guys. So
everybody.
Here they are.
I'm going to start locking them up in another room.
I know,
somewhere.
right?
All right. We'll give everybody just a minute or two, maybe to log in. I know this was short notice.
Sort of.
Sort
It's
of.
Friday night at 6.
Yeah, but last 2 weeks we didn't have one.
Yeah. Which we had fun, though.
Yeah, we did. I had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I had a good time both weekends.
Yep.
And during the week, too.
I wish I could have participated more, but...
Well, we'll talk more about that here in a little bit.
I guess what I could do is talk about ducks for a second while you're waiting on people to get on.
Well, sure. Yeah. Sister,
So,
get off the monitor, please.
cats and dogs holding y'all up. Yeah, that's it. Never happens.
Yeah.
Not here. So, y'all know where I work, and it's chick days. And everybody's coming in and buying ducks. And some of you are probably buying ducks too.
Lord help you if you are.
Ducks are nasty critters, guys.
Oh, man.
But if you're brave enough to deal with the nasty raising up ducks, you need to know something. And let me pull my phone out. Ducks need a source of niacin. They can be raised with chicks. That's fine. They can be raised with chickens. That's fine. Hey, Misty. But ducks need a source of niacin. Otherwise, they get a thing with their legs that causes lameness, basically. And once they start showing signs of that, they don't recover, basically. They just get worse. But a lot of people suggest putting brewer's yeast in the feed. Well, my problem with adding brewer's yeast to feed is they can pick and choose what they want to eat. So another source of niacin for ducks, well, and you're not going to be able to see that, are you? There it is.
There it is.
Okay, so it's a pack of electrolytes and vitamins that Tractor Supply has. And notice there is no duck on this picture, but it is a excellent source of
y'all need all to take a hike
niacin for ducks to prevent that lameness that they get. And what we do is we take that whole pack, we mix it in a gallon jug of water, basically. And then as your chicks are growing, you just put like a tablespoon of the mixture in a gallon of water, and it gives them the niacin that they need. Another thing, ducks don't need high protein, okay? And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I've had to be telling people over and over and over. Chickens, everybody wants to give them high protein feeds.
Hey, Larry, how you doing?
But you don't have to give them high protein. In fact, you do not want to give them but 16% protein or lower even. All stock is what we feed our ducks. If you feed them high protein, then they get a problem known as angel wing, which is where the feathers grow out sideways instead of in line with their wings. So just something that you need to know. 2 major problems for ducks can be prevented easily from the time they're chicks just by lowering protein for one and giving them a source of niacin for the second. Ours free range now that they're adults, so they get their niacin from all the sources that they're in. You know, ours literally free range, guys. They're not cooped up or pinned up in a little area. They are roaming 24/7 wherever they want to go. So they have sources that they can get their niacin from. But if you are pinning your ducks or confining them to a smaller area, you still need to give them niacin as they are grown even. Okay, let's see. What's everybody saying? I was at Tractor Supply yesterday with the family. Almost bought some ducks because of them.
No.
Ducks are nasty critters. Ducks are nasty critters. Can you use a chick waterer with ducks? You absolutely can. As they get bigger, though, you need something they can duck their head in because they have to clean their sinuses out. They don't need a swimming pool. You can just give them a 5-gallon bucket with a window cut out, basically, so they can dick their head in there and not get in the bucket. Let's see.
If I don't have ducks, I'd have me a way figured up outside somewhere to raise them things. And when they got big enough, turn them loose on the pond.
That's what we did this time. We raised them in summer instead of now. We waited and got chicks in the summer. That way they were outside with their watery poop and their mess and everything. And then when they got old enough, they were on the pond and free ranging. All right, let's see. Misty says, hey. Spencer says, go away, squirrel. We was good without you. I'm glad she's here, Spencer. You be nice. Misty says, ducks are nasty. You think chicken crap is bad? Exactly. That's what they do. They start crapping in their good water. Beast of the Woods says, hey.
That's Larry.
That's Larry. Okay. Spencer says, Larry. Misty says, Spencer, you just hush. I agree with her. Let's see. Hey, Larry. We have 3 ducks that are free range too. We have 4 now. We had
a
bunch. We had like 18.
Yeah, but I got 2 Canadian geese wanting to take up residence here now. I'm thinking about.
Am I going to get Christmas dinner?
I don't know. Shoot, I don't know. I'm going to eat them things. Last time my mama tried to cook one, we throw that thing out the back door. But your mama didn't know how to cook them.
Are turkeys worth getting? They have the bronze-breasted. Turkeys are worth getting if you have experience with raising them.
Turkey is harder to raise than a chicken. And me and Rebecca can really, and I've raised them a long time ago in the past too. They are very hard to raise. I raised some wild ones one time. I wasn't supposed to do that, but I was bush hogging.
When you bush hogged and killed the mama.
Well, yeah, I was bush hogging about a 40-acre field, and
one has been here for years.
And I guess the hen would not come off that clutch, and next thing I knew, I seen feathers go everywhere, and I knew something was up. And I stopped the tractor, walked back there, and there was 12 eggs on the ground. And had some biddies at the house, so I carried them and set 6 under one biddy and 6 under. I don't know how they covered all them eggs, but they hatched every one of them off. And had some nice turkeys that fall. Put them out, most of them in the deep freeze.
Yeah.
When they got big enough.
And our turkey, Major Tom out there, he is a bronze-breasted. And we almost had more than one come out of the 9 we bought. So when we got our turkeys, I don't like raising chickens in the house. I don't like inside brooders. I like them to be outside where all that dust and everything is not bothering my house. So we had them outside when the flood happened. And turkeys are stupid. They are. They decided they wanted to roost on the ground where the flood was. So we lost several of they were probably about a month old then and doing great until the flood come. So we lost a few to the flood. And then one of our mama hens and a set of chicks got in the coop with the rest of them. And so they are apparently very susceptible to coryza too. So I'm very surprised that we got one even out of it. But I will say this, Major Tom is bronze-breasted.
Oh boy.
And he is doing exactly what the Cornish cross chickens do. So if you have experience with the meat bird raising, and by the meat birds, I don't mean the Rangers and all those others, I mean Cornish cross. All they do is sit there and eat and get bigger and get bigger and get bigger. And then they have problems walking and stuff. Major Tom out there is starting to have some of those problems because he is huge.
He wobbles when he walks. He's so big. And I picked him up the other day. That turkey's probably weighing 30 pounds.
Yeah, he's probably more than 30.
Here you come back again. All right, whatever then. The dog will be up here in a minute.
Yeah, the dog will be following because she's jealous.
Oh, here we come. Yep.
Y'all. Y'all come get you
This is a 3-ring circus at this place.
Come get you an animal. That's all I got to say.
This is a 3-ring circus.
Let's see. Yeah, they aren't very. They're not. Oh, kind of like Spencer. Oh boy, I'm gonna stay out of that one. I can take sides, but I shall be nice.
All right.
So yeah, there you go. Ducks, turkeys.
If I was going to raise turkeys, I'd have them away from the chickens till they got grown, at least. A lot of people raise them off the ground for that first few months. All right, sister, say hello to everybody. Then you're going to get back down to the floor. Say hello. All right, there we go.
She says, "What, Daddy? What?"
Oh, may Lord have mercy. Let's see. I would raise them off the ground till they got big enough and really watch them in an area that floods easy, or
because they stupid,
or have them fixed up where they can at least get up on a pallet. Now, most turkeys
ours didn't even get up on the dang pallet.
Most of them want to roost up in trees.
You remember we had to go out there and put on the pallet.
Yeah, well, I think Major Tom's so big he can't jump up on a roost no more. But like I said, that day I picked him up. I said, "Lord, this turkey weighs 30 pounds." I mean, he's a lot bigger than a wild turkey ever thought about being.
Oh yeah.
But, and I think he has called up 2 hens here, according to what Brian said.
Oh really?
He's seen some hen turkeys over across the road. So imagine him gobbling during the day, because hens come to the gobblers. That's what most people don't realize with turkey hunting, is when we're making the hen calls, the gobbler, he ain't used to that. He's used to him making a gobble and the hens coming to him. And so that's why a lot of times they hold up so long and sneak around to see what's really going on, because they're having their doubts then. So that part they are smart on.
Yeah, rabbits, chickens, not poultry, but chickens and maybe quail are your easiest livestock, whoever said. Keep going, I'm sorry.
Well, now, Bob White's is hard to raise.
Yeah, Coturnix.
Coturnix is, Lord have mercy, dog. I tell you, baby, we might start putting them in another room. All right, good. Let's just go ahead and get you situated. All right. There we go. Like a big baby. Let me rub your belly for a while and you'll be happy. This is something else. This dog.
So that's pretty cool that they've called up the females.
And what was Spencer? He said, what now about?
Spencer said, do you think poultry is the easiest livestock to get started with? Maybe rabbits. Yes.
Yes.
Again, it's all in what you want to do with it. If you're looking for pets, you know.
Misty says she has him surprised.
I saw that.
We'll have to make sure
I saw that. If you're looking for pets, none of it's easy, because you got to do something with them.
And hello to everybody else that's watching. I see there's a few more on. So
y'all make sure you leave us comments if you're watching.
Yeah, let us know you're there.
So rabbits are easy. They're really easy. Cage system. Oh, hey, Miss Parker, how are you? Glad to see you on here, Miss Sonia. So rabbits. Okay, so this is going to be my opinion. Okay, rabbits are easy. They're very easy. Food, water, safe place to be. I prefer a cage style with a resting mat in there. That way their feet aren't on the wire constantly. But I'll tell you, mine seem to be wanting on the wire instead of on the resting mats. But the reason I like a cage style versus on the ground colony, I can clean wire. Poop falls through wire. I can come through there and shovel it at my leisure, you know. In a colony style setting, you got to keep it clean. So you're going to be out there shoveling all the time, or raking all the time. And there's going to be places that you can't get up enough of the pee to control the smell. But the number one reason for me that I don't like colony is if you get one rabbit sick, it's going to spread to all of them. And you can't clean the ground.
Yeah.
So that's where I am with that.
That's why a lot of people like them chicken tractors and stuff, is because they can move them every couple of days.
Yeah.
And that helps.
And a rabbit tractor is a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
But again, you need individual cages. Because if you have all of them in a tractor, they're still going to pass together and get sick together.
If I was going to have those two livestock, that's what I'd have: chickens
and rabbits. If you're in a subdivision, rabbit.
Rabbit, because it stays quiet.
One male, two females.
And rabbits, they produce good meat. They are lean meat, so you still need something that has fat with it too.
Yep.
But,
unless you feed them a fatty food.
Yeah.
Ours have a lot of fat in them sometimes.
But a lot of people think they'll go survive off rabbits or deer and stuff. They won't, because they end up fat on them.
Yeah. Yeah, our bodies need a little bit of fat. So.
All right. Let's see. We'll get maybe a few more start jumping in here. Got a freeze coming in this weekend for Central Alabama.
4 days worth.
So
nighttime freezes.
A lot of y'all, I know Spencer and Misty's up higher than we are, so they're probably going to get it too. And
yeah, we got people with tomatoes and peppers already in the ground.
Yeah, they need to cover them. They need to cover them. And I seen where
is it tonight?
Tonight, I don't think it's bad. I think it's tomorrow night and Sunday.
Because I got to bring that begonia in. Not but geranium. That geranium. The one I didn't bring in last time.
You do have stuff outside, and you can't get it in. Get it covered with something. Garbage bag. Anything you can get it covered.
Yeah, because it's not going to stay cold. So pretty much you just want to protect it from the frost that's going to hit it.
Yeah, we're in a frost advisory, which we had a frost this week too. I know, a lot of people's done set stuff out, and I tell you, I learned years ago with my daddy that all April 15th for our zone is about correct.
I go with April 1st.
We planted 40 acres of corn one year, the first week of April, and 2 weeks later we had a half inch of snow on the ground. We was lucky that it just bit the corn a little bit. I think the snow actually insulated. Oh, hey, Anthony, how's it going, man? Good to see you on here. It insulated the corn, and it was slow getting back off. But we didn't lose that crop. We could have. We got lucky, and Daddy started Daddy said way back in the 40s and 50s, you could do a lot of stuff like that. The weather was more normal, I guess you'd say. But nowadays, it's hard to judge it with all these weather extremities we're having that's coming from a hold on. Don't say that word, Mark, but I had to watch myself.
You're going to get us booted off.
There, we are in a something right now that's causing a lot of this, and you can go research it. You'll find it pretty quick. And it ain't climate change.
It's grand. And it has to do with solar. And it ain't a maximum.
You'll get us kicked off.
I didn't say anything together.
Plus, we got that planet heading this way.
Oh, yeah.
That a lot of people don't know about.
Yeah.
That's other solar system moving this way slowly. Last time I think it came through, it really caused a lot of havoc on Earth, which was about 5,000 years ago, I think.
I'm addicted to gummies, guys.
Well, went to Napa this evening to get some water hoses for my 484 International tractor. Went in, and all these years, Napa has always been good about having everything pretty much in stock. If they didn't have it at their store, they had it in their warehouse, which the closest warehouse we have
sours are good too.
is Birmingham. Walk in, tell him I need some water hoses for that 484. And he said, let me go ahead and tell you something now, Mark. He said, the warehouse is not keeping everything no more. He said, now we've got to order from another company. I said, oh boy. They still get the oil filters and fuel filters and air filters and points and condensers, that type of stuff. He said, we keep that in stock, but anything bigger, we have to go through another company now. So now I got to pay $20 shipping to get the hoses here. And I'll tell you, times is changing. Because Napa was the one you could depend on. That's what most of the farmers and the industry around here used was Napa, because they had it. If they didn't have it in their store, they had it in Birmingham, could have it sitting here the next morning. And that's for years where I bought, if I needed a generator, a water pump for my tractors, or any of that stuff, I could just walk in there and say, hey, this is what I need. If they didn't have it on the shelf, it was there the next morning. Now, they've got to order from another company. That's just sad.
They tell you which company?
Nah, it's whoever Napa's affiliated with now. And, I mean, just like from now on, if I need parts, I might as well just get on some of these tractor sites and order my parts for that. Some of them do have free shipping after it gets over a certain amount. So, but that just blew my mind, because I worked for Napa when I was in high school, when it was up in downtown Chicago, when Mr. Campbell and Mr. Bob Green owned it, and which they were partly kin to me. But we had everything in there. I mean,
Spencer, be nice.
I don't know. That troubled me today. Our world is really changing, I tell you. And to me, it ain't for the good.
John Kirkpatrick, just got my tractor parts from CarQuest.
Hey, Mr. John, how you doing? Good to see you on here again.
Spencer, I have never raised a squirrel in my life.
Oh boy, we still talking about squirrels. Huh?
That's why I told him to be nice. He said, just wondered if they were dumb and pooping everywhere, asking for a friend. So I said, be nice.
Oh boy. Now, I work with a guy we call Squirrel too now.
Oh, yeah.
Mercy.
Yeah.
Mercy, that boy.
And he has a wife.
That boy has trouble. He's a good boy, but he likes to garden too. He's always asking me questions about it. He does pretty good. He got a pretty garden. He raised a pretty one last year.
Good.
But that boy, when you working with him, he'll drop everything 10 times. And when he loses something, he just goes in circles. And a lot of times you'll say, hey, Bubba, it's in your pocket. Oh, okay. You know how folks are. Not making fun of him, but he's a squirrel. Whoa, boy.
Your wife is one too.
Well, yeah, some days you are. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Anybody got any questions? Let's see. Let's see. We'll talk about the 2 outings here in a few more minutes. Something else was on. I was gonna bring it up. What was that?
I don't remember.
I don't either. Well, the rain's ended here. I think.
Remember we talked about the cold. We talked about tractor parts and Napa. I talked about my ducks. We were going to talk about the outings. We talked about making sure people's plants were took care of.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's see. Do you have tomato plants planted in a greenhouse? I do not have tomato plants planted in a greenhouse. I have messed up and not started my tomato plants still.
Yeah. It's going to be all right, babe.
But usually I would have the tomatoes start still in the greenhouse until at least April 1st. So Mark says April 15th. I've always been Good Friday. But April 1st, usually the 1st of April for our area is the last freeze day. And on April 1st, you can pull up the 2 weeks predicted weather. So that's why I say April 1st.
Well, One reason I go with that rule of thumb is because watching Daddy plant, me plant over the years, my uncles and other kin folks and friends, we noticed that stuff we planted in May when the ground was good and warm would about near outrun the stuff we planted in April.
Yeah.
I mean, it would catch it a lot of times. I used to try to plant watermelons real early where I'd have them come off 4th of July. I just gave that up. I had too many times. I had crop failures because of cool weather and the ground not being warm enough. I finally just, because we're right on that zone right here. I guess because we're at the tail end of the Appalachians, we're still subject to get cool weather. Where 30 miles below us, that'd be unplanted corn, watermelons, cantaloupes. I mean, the whole 9 yards. And
thank you, Spencer. I was going to say the same thing. What's Hastings, Mark?
What is Hastings? Talking about corn?
Is that what it is?
Hastings prolific. Yeah, it's a white field corn.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mr. Kirkpatrick said he has
yes, a very good
old fashioned Hastings planted.
Very good, very good corn. Now he lives down in Montgomery, so
so he's in the lower area.
Yeah, so
he'll be fine.
They get like a month ahead of us. From about Clanton down, for some reason, them folks can get going a month earlier. Plus, they got sandy ground; it warms up quicker.
And
than our
drains
clay.
good.
Yeah. Our clay takes a while to warm up. We're in that clay base, that old red, yellow.
Hastings is a seed company.
Yeah, there was a Hastings seed company.
Oh, cool. Do you forage on your place?
See, it wasn't that Hastings.
Junior tells me I eat the yard because.
Was that
the
same company in Atlanta?
Probably.
That come up with the Stone Mountain watermelons?
Possibly.
I think it was. I think Hastings.
Oh, Janelle popped in. She sure did.
Hey, Janelle. Glad to see you. Figured you'd be heading to Oklahoma right about now. Let's see. I think it was Hastings that come up with the Stone Mountain watermelon, and rather they came up with it to make a good shipper. They developed that in 1930s. My family grew it for years, and I've got a jar of it right up there. Hold on.
He said he's got clay at six inches deep.
Oh, so he's right on the border with us.
He's before you get into
our best land is creek bottom land.
And she's leaving tomorrow.
Oh, she's going there tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, this is old can. I guess this Hastings, I think. To these. Yeah. Let's see.
Let's select seed.
Yeah. I just saved that old seed can.
Hastings closed in the 80s or sold out, and their tomatoes are the best.
Yeah. I remember my dad bought a lot from Hastings Seed Company.
Yeah. Wild edibles. Listen at you. I go out and I pick the wild garlic and the wild onions, and I nibble on stuff and pick the violets, and of course, I do the goldenrod and all the herbal stuff, and
that's right. We gotta get to work on your herb section.
We do.
You got broom sage.
I make the best salsa, and it's using the wild garlic in it.
It is good salsa. We do need to get some salsa put up this year.
She just going for the day, she said.
Oh, she's just going for the day. Okay. Well, hey, we ain't gonna be there, Janelle. I know at the end of the month y'all have the Falk. And by the way, before I forget, since that was on my brain for a minute, I've got to interview Pat and Joe. Pat's known as Northern Blue Eyed, and Joe's
Blue-eyed Northern.
Northern Blue Eyed, excuse me.
Blue-eyed Northern.
Right, you're right. I didn't include it in the video from other day from the outing because I knew it would get too long. So I told them I was going to do them a separate one. That way, too, I can introduce them better.
You should be able to find sweet banana pepper seed anywhere. I've never had a problem with finding sweet. I don't
check the co-ops too.
Yes, I canned salsa. Salsa with wild garlic, it is delicious.
Yeah, co-ops usually have that type of seed.
Yeah.
And most of
your feed stores, anybody that has seeds. Now, I say again that I don't necessarily buy organic seed because by the time I have my plant growing, it's organic. I don't buy treated seed but it's not necessarily classified as an organic seed. So yeah, I'll get my sweet banana seed from Walmart even.
Well, most of our stuff's heirloom stuff
Mm-hmm.
that we save, but there's a few things.
Oh, did you, when you say you were told it was sweet, who told you it was sweet? Where'd you get it from? Cryptic Crystal is on, says, hey.
Hey, Crystal, how you? Yeah, we're back on Friday nights. We missed the last 2 Friday nights because of Bigfoot outings. So, the co-op.
So was it a package of seed that you got?
They're usually pretty good.
Because if it was somebody else's seed,
yeah, well,
they could have got it mixed up or pollinated with hot stuff.
Well, the other thing was, and you can go back and watch Deep South about 2 years
Where they
ago.
mixed everything up.
And he kept ordering seed from people.
Oh, loose seed.
Oh, loose seed, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. They done mixed up their seed.
Yeah, a Deep South ordered some different things. He didn't get what he thought he was getting, and boy, he was hot about it. And I've had that happen once or twice in my life. Got something mixed up.
I will say I have never bought banana pepper seed loose.
Can't say I have either.
I always just bought it by seed pack. Even from the co-op, it was in a seed pack.
My daddy and uncles all saved their seed from all their peppers and tomatoes every year anyway. But I mean, it's aggravating to try to save seed on everything.
It is because of all the cross pollination and stuff. Because that's how you end up with hot pepper seeds from a regular pepper.
Right.
Is you plant it next to a hot pepper, and then next year your seed mixed, and you produce hot peppers that were supposed to be a bell pepper.
Elmore County Co-op.
Mm-hmm.
We used the Talladega County one, something Talladega, which they all the same bunch. They in with the Tennessee co-ops, so basically they're all together.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, a lot of times it's seed mix-ups, especially when it's open pack seed like that. Somebody probably lost the label, mixed it up with something. Who knows? And if you got it from a person, if it was a person that grew it, they could have cross-pollinated something hot in there. I mean, who knows?
Right.
So I always stick with a package of seed for something like that. You must grow a lot of banana peppers to be buying it by the ounce.
Yeah.
I did that one year. Ooh, you remember that year I had banana peppers out to wazoo?
Yeah, I remember. We ain't doing that anymore.
Nobody wanted them.
In fact, this year we're thinking about not even really trying to sell peppers or tomatoes or that type of stuff.
No, just grow enough for myself.
Grow that for us. And then mainly let the watermelons and some of the other crops be what we call the cash crops.
4 rows of fast. I did that one year.
Yeah, we had tomatoes. We had peppers
banana peppers out my ears.
I think this year we are just, and we got some projects we're wanting to do here. So I will grow some big pea patches.
Deep South, they never made the seeds right.
Oh, they didn't?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, people have something else.
Okay, so what am I eating? I'm eating gummy bears.
Yeah.
It's actually twin cherries. I'm addicted to gummies.
Yes, she is.
Sorry, guys. And then Cryptic Crystal said, and this is a it can go a lot of different directions. Question: certain plants shouldn't be planted by each other. So there is a thing called companion planting. Yes. But as far as putting a hot pepper beside a bell pepper, it's not going to make your bell pepper hot this season. If you save seed, it could have cross-pollinated though, and then you end up with a hot bell pepper next year.
Yep.
But there are.
That's just like if you mix corn this year or mix peas next year, it'll be where it shows up.
Yeah.
All your different crops. But yeah, I think this year we're going to slow down on trying to plant a lot of
I ain't
stuff
making
to
no
sell.
commercials.
Just mostly gonna stick with the peas and watermelons, some corn to sell.
The twin snakes are good.
And I got to get some more sorghum seeds since ours decided to leave here. Still ain't figured that out. That's weird. I still ain't figured that one out. But makes me wonder if we got something running around in the house with us now. But,
I have not got any of those, Miss Cryptic.
I wonder if we got a hitchhiker effect going on again. But
yeah, I'm wondering. We got some. I need to sage and cleanse again
or something.
because we got stuff missing. Ended up with squash that had watermelons. There is a zucchini that has stripes on it. And there is squash that have the gourd stripes too. So yeah, anytime you are planting squashes and zucchinis and things like that, they will cross-pollinate and you'll end up with who knows what.
You got to be real careful planting if you want to keep your stock free of other stuff. That's just like with corn.
If you save your seed. Okay, so what happens is one bell pepper plant planted here, one other type of pepper plant planted here. Things cross-pollinate by wind, they cross-pollinate by bugs and all that. Those two, the seed is no longer a true seed, and it will be some other seed next year. So if you have multiple varieties planted beside each other, you can't save the seed.
Well, you can, but it won't be true.
And expect it to be the same plant next year.
It's like with corn.
Yeah, it's a hybrid. That's exactly it.
When
it's an accidental hybrid.
When we used to plant the big fields of corn and we were planting different fields of corn, my daddy would always, and I did too when I got up big enough and I was doing my own farming, I would see what my other buddies or other neighbors were growing. And I would try to make sure
corn's very bad
that I didn't plant something I wanted to get ruined. So I would go find, back then we leased a lot of fields too, and I'd go to
corn is what, a mile?
I think up to 2 miles, what I've heard. I don't know, you hear a lot of things, but I would go to the field. I knew there wasn't no corn patch for around for a while, for a good piece. If I wanted a special, like our Hickory King that we grew a lot of, or if we was growing Mosley's prolific, or if we had Hastings prolific, because we flipped every so many years. We didn't keep just growing the same variety, but we kept our seed straight. But we would, flip them every now and then.
If you plant varieties beside each other, then yes, you have to buy new seed the next year. Otherwise, you'll end up with a mixed variety seed that you don't know what it is.
And most stuff unless now is hybrids anyway.
Unless you just pick one type of pepper to grow. And peppers don't have to be spaced too awfully far apart, but you can't put two different varieties next door to each other.
Like right now, my watermelon seed, I think, may have got compromised somehow. I got one red one that pops up out of a 3-acre field of yellow ones. I have no idea where that red one come from, unless it was just something, I don't know. It was weird. Me and her cut that watermelon open and it's red. And I'm like, where'd this come from? Because my watermelon seed, I always kept it straight. I watched it like a hawk watching a chicken.
Yep.
One reason, because I had good seed that didn't have the watermelon blight in it. And that watermelon blight was back in the 90s about wiped out a lot of you watermelon growers, especially in Florida and South Georgia. And I done, my seed was not corrupted. Now, over the years, I've had to buy a little seed to put in with it because you want to, what's the saying goes, baby?
Introduce new seed.
Well,
new genetics.
What happens if you keep planting something over and over and over and over and over, just like the Stone Mountains?
Oh, it starts reverting back.
It starts trying to revert back to
because it's an actual hybrid too. It's just an old hybrid.
It's an old hybrid. If you really get back to it, most things is probably not true no more to their I mean, there's been something messed up with it. I mean, that's how people came up with some of these varieties. Were making stuff.
The original watermelon was not edible.
No, it was like a gourd.
Mm-hmm. So through crossing it with other things and saving specific watermelons that did better out of the vine and things like that, we ended up with an edible watermelon. Well, that's what he's saying, is that it will revert back to what it originally was if you're not keeping introducing the new genetics.
Yeah. We've seen that happen with Stone Mountain. The last patch of Stone Mountain watermelons I planted were out of my grandfather's stock.
Is that the ones that had the rind so thick?
They were still wide inside, real stringy.
Yeah.
And I mean, it wasn't worth eating. And that's when my daddy seen that thing cut open. Daddy said, "Oh, well, I know what the problem is him." And and nobody hardly carries Stone Mountain no more.
You can't find it.
I think I did see it. May have been that Southern Exposure still had it.
Maybe.
That was a watermelon that grew a lot in the 30s, 40s, and 50s in the South.
So we save seed from our watermelon, but it's because we only plant the one variety. We save seed from our corn because, again, we plant the one variety, and there's nobody around us growing anything that we know of. And then we save seed from okra, our rattlesnake beans.
Yeah, because I've had that rattlesnake a long time. And
our peas. So we'll save from Purple Hull, and we'll save from
Uncle Max,
whatever other variety of pea that we plant.
Wash pot peas.
Yeah, because we plant them. We have a big field, and then we have 4 other garden spots inside of our 20-acre property. So
some crops you can still plant. As long as they're like 100 feet or 100 yards apart.
They'll be okay.
Because peas don't get pollinated. They're self-pollinated.
They're self-pollinated,
like
save for most beans.
Beans are self-pollinated. Corn is wind-pollinated, and bees sometimes. Now, okra, yeah, it's a flower, so they can. And watermelons, you do have to watch them a little bit.
We only grow the one watermelon, though. So, right. I mean, not watermelon, the one okra. We don't plant multiple varieties. But I don't save any tomato seeds. Because I grow usually 15 different varieties of tomatoes, all side by side, because all my tomatoes go in the same spot, whether they are, determinate or indeterminate, whether it's a cherry tomato or a big slicing tomato or a paste tomato. I put them all in the same spot because that way I can care for them all the same way. Same for my peppers. I plant them all in the same spot. Squash, zucchini are usually planted alternating with each other because I'm not going to save the seed. So yeah, that's, I just buy new seed on a lot of things. Is it ridged okra? I plant burgundy okra. It is a spineless, I think is what I read.
No, I can't remember.
I told you.
Okay. I thought
they never did make his seed right.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad to see you if you're still on here, Deep South.
Let's see. I think I've missed some comments. Let's see. The only thing I save now is okra. I have one. You can't find it. Oh, you have an okra? You can't find it? Whatever that is, let me know. I love plants.
Uh-oh.
Watermelon sweet and good.
Yeah, we have done.
He has the Amish
45
corn
minutes without
seed.
mentioning chitlins.
Oh my goodness.
But here we go.
And there we go. He's got
chitlins
the corn
and mountain
seed
time.
that is ears over a foot long. Is that the pencil cob? Is that an Amish corn?
Pencil cob?
Yeah. He's got some Amish corn seed that some of the ears are over a foot long.
No, that's the Hickory King.
Oh, is that Hickory King? Cool.
Hickory King get about that big around, about that freaking long.
Cool. So probably going to sound dumb. Shut up, squirrel. Does the land get used to what you plant? So the land, it's not that it gets used to what you plant. You rotate your crops because of the diseases and the pests. Right. So when they find your crop, they all start coming to it. And so then you move your crop to a new place. So that's what the point of crop
And then
rotation
you really need
is.
to get out there and pinch bugs off
Yeah.
of it every day.
So it's about the diseases and the pests and that sort of thing. That's why you rotate your crops.
Well, that in soil too, you do want to
Improve the soil.
Improve
Yeah.
the soil. So if you got a poor piece of ground and you really want to start improving it, plant peas there because they start building the ground. Beans do the same thing, and plus plant cover crops, on it like
Yes.
certain things.
Misty did an excellent job explaining it.
Okay. All right. What time we getting to? Because
It is a field corn. It's huge ears. So we're 6:45. So
okay, we good.
Yeah, we're still good. The Amish has had the same corn for over 100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool.
The Hickory King, if I remember correctly, was developed in North Carolina in the 1800s by a man in North Carolina. I can't remember his name. I read about that. I've grew the pencil cob. I like it because it does have a small cob, but makes a lot of. Love the Hastings. Hastings does real well. It doesn't get the black, that old big smuts like the Hickory King does. Moses was good too.
Tuckers.
I never did like Tuckers. Daddy didn't like Tuckers, and I never did either.
Well, when I met you, you had seed for it.
For Tuckers?
Tucker's favorite?
I don't think so.
Yes.
Unless it was a feed corn yellow.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I didn't have no white. That yellow corn wasn't growed.
He has Hastings.
Yeah, we grew some Tucker's favorite yeller for feed corn. And then when they started coming out with all the different Pioneer and this brand, because they could make a lot faster. They were hybrids. Because we still, that's for the Roundup Ready meth come out.
Right.
We grew a lot of that. So
Worms love Tuckers, is what Mr. Kirkpatrick said.
Yeah. Now Tuckers, it's good corn. My daddy didn't like it. Only Tuckers we grew was yeller corn for feed. And that's when we were feeding cows and hogs. Well, mainly hogs.
Yeah.
We didn't feed cows much corn. We always had good pastures for them that had good grass, and so we didn't have to feed much of that. Plus, we planted a lot of ryegrass in our pastures too. We did like to do that, and we done a lot of cross. We'd plant a 40-acre field of ryegrass and shut the gate, and then we'd start letting them in a little bit at a time. That way, they wouldn't eat and get scours from it and stuff. Uh-oh.
Misty and Spencer still.
All right, let's talk. I was saying something a while ago. This coming up Wednesday when Creepy Mountain.
Do you have a good cantaloupe?
Well, I had a good one. Where is that seed at? It's right here somewhere. I had
no seed in here.
My uncle's.
Oh yeah, that jar seed
that I had for years. We tried to plant it, get it going back.
Right up yonder.
I never could get him to sprout. He had something. I think it was a hybrid he'd made, but they'd had a long time. It was a very good cantaloupe. We used to grow a lot of Rocky Fords. A buddy of mine used to grow one called the Iroquois. I cannot find that seed nowhere. He doesn't have it no more. That was a dang good cantaloupe. That son's going to get that big around, and it's just
I can find Iroquois.
I've looked everywhere and I can't find it. We grew me and him grew 5 acres of them one year like the killers, trying to get cantaloupes out of that field. Me and him we was working at the quarries and going to that field every evening. Lord have mercy, we was getting a truckload every day and going to the produce places, going to Birmingham to the market up there, carrying them to Montgomery, and then going around the neighborhoods. I tell you, that year I was sick of looking at cantaloupes.
I can get you some Iroquois.
Oh, did you just find it? Every time I type it in, it don't ever pull up. The internet just don't like me or something. But we may have to order some of that.
Yeah, if you had said you wanted some Iroquois, I could have found that a long time ago for you.
Yeah, that's so good. Hell's Best is a good cantaloupe. There's another one.
I'll make sure I send Mark with the
I thought we
chitlins.
ordered some cantaloupe the other day from Hoss Tools. Wasn't it the ambrosia or?
I think it was.
Yeah, they're supposed to be very good, but now it's a hybrid, ain't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're gonna try it out one time. But yeah, we may order that.
Yeah, let me go get that box while you keep talking. See what we got.
Yeah, we got that Jimmy Red in. I'm gonna probably plant it at my mother's house. I planted that one time before years ago, and I lost that seed. Huh?
And some other seeds we got in.
Oh, well, that's from Misty. Ain't it?
Love my seeds.
Yeah. And I've got to get everybody's stuff mailed out here pretty soon. I know Misty, you was wanting okra. I've got to get the sorghum seed from Mr. Danny at Deep South. And then I got a cousin of mine that's got interested in gardening up in Huntsville. So I got to get her stuff all put together. Ooh. Yep. I ordered, 10 pounds of the.
It was 5, might have been 10.
That's
I don't remember.
more than 5 pounds.
Yeah, 10.
So if anybody wants a little Jimmy Red, let me know.
And that's the Stoll's evergreen.
I'm going to plant about an acre of this up at my mom's. That way there's no other corn mixing with it. I've grew this Jimmy Red before. It's real pretty corn. It's red as it can be. Makes a good meal corn. We got that from Hoss. Yeah, it ain't no 5-pound bag. It's about a 10-pound bag.
Yeah, it says 10 on it.
Yeah. So we ordered some more of the evergreen sweet corn that we're going to try. Days to maturity is 95 days. So that's pretty good. So I'll let y'all know how this evergreen does.
It's Stoll's evergreen.
If it does pretty good, I've always done the Silver Queen, Golden Queen, the Peaches and Cream, but this is ain't this an heirloom?
That's an open pollinated heirloom sweet corn.
Right. So this is something you can save every year. So I've got to make sure where we plant this, it can't mix with no field corn. So.
And then there's the other 3 seeds we got.
Let's see. We got the Cherokee tan pumpkins because we lost the ones we got from Deep South. And I didn't know.
When you say we lost them, what do you mean? Oh, the flood.
The flood, yeah. And I didn't ask them if they had any more because I think he got hurting with them.
Probably.
We ordered some Heritage Gold tobacco. I ain't grew tobacco in years, so we're going to plant a few.
You two behave.
And, the ambrosia cantaloupe. Maturity is 85 days. That's pretty good. The tobacco 70 days to maturity. And the Cherokee tan pumpkin.
Spencer wants the Jimmy Red.
You want some of it? Okay.
We planted pumpkins last year.
I'll get some in the mail to you, brother.
They came off in August because Mark misread the package. And planted them too early.
Yeah, I'm used to the old-timey pumpkins that take anywhere from 120 to 140 days to make. And
I hadn't even looked at the jars. Were they shine jars?
well, that's true.
Pay no attention to it.
We got to get her stuff in the mail.
Yes, I do.
You want that Jimmy Red too, Misty?
I thought they were canning jars, so I didn't think nothing about it.
Or grow you 2 or 3 stalks up out there, and you'd have some pretty red corn. If you want it, I'll put you a little bit in there with the okra seed. I know she don't have a lot of room to grow a lot of stuff, so.
Yeah, I did not know that.
All right, sister, here we go again.
I thought you just had jars. I didn't think nothing about it.
Let's see. All right. Let's get on the Bigfoot stuff real quick.
Okay, talking about the outings now.
All right. So back the first weekend of March, had Spencer and Anthony and Mr. Martin, Larry and Coombo.
A bunch of people.
I can't remember who all else showed up.
Bunch of people.
So we had a little uh-ohs happen, but hey, we worked through it. Everything went good.
Absolutely.
We had a good weekend. Had some good laughter going on, and had some vocals happen. Anthony had a little, him and Spencer may have had a handprint show up on the truck. Heard some other things moving around, seen those flashing white lights again. It could have been eye shine. I really don't know. Me and Jack stood on that dam for a little while. We backed off everybody because we kept hearing stuff behind us. And there was something sure enough going on. Plus, I think Spencer and Anthony and a few others kept seeing the black shadows going up through the trees. And so we don't know if that was Bigfoot or if that was something paranormal or whatever. That mountain does have paranormal on it, so I don't know. It just ain't Bigfoot up there. Sometimes I wonder if there's another up there too. But
yes, we've watched your show.
What's that?
He said they were behaving.
Who was?
Spencer and Misty.
Oh, okay. One other thing I found out the other day from my buddy Keith, he lives on top of Merkle Mountain over here. And I carried him some eggs to hatch off. Me and him were standing there on the porch right at dark. I was watching lights come off of Rebecca Mountain. Like orbs. And Keith told me, he said, I've been seeing that the whole time I've been living over here. I said, do what? He said, yeah, Mark. He said, I've sit out here a lot of nights with binoculars and watch over toward Horn Mountain and Rebecca Mountain, watch them lights come up. And he said, me and Marsha even rode over one night just to see
where they're coming from.
And he said, we couldn't see them then.
Interesting.
So I told him, I said, well, I might come back over here on Friday, Saturday night and sit with you on that porch. Because his house sits up about 800 feet. So you can look right across and you can see Rebecca Mountain, Horn Mountain, look back toward Cheehaw, look back, toward Sleeping Giant and back toward the mountains on this side of us. But other than that, I think we've seen them pop up. I was like, man, my eyes is playing tricks on me. But I'm gonna have to watch that. I've always heard about the brown lights in North Carolina, or the Brown Mountain lights in North Carolina, and we may have the darn things here and just didn't know it. Because I know a lot of people talk about some weird stuff happens up there on Rebecca and Horn Mountain. And what I'm talking about, that's all part of the Talladega Mountain chain, which starts in Piedmont, comes all the way to Sylacauga. That's Cheehaw, Pinnacle, Duggar, Horn, Rebecca. There's a couple of little mountains in there because the hunting club is really not connected to them. It is, but it ain't. If you're up in the airplane, you can see where they're connected a little bit. But if you, just on land, you can't really tell it. So that's something I'm going to have to.
He said the black shadows were weird and they had possible vocals too.
Yeah, it had vocals. We did try the drum bull a couple of times. We tried the elk call. And then Larry made a few vocals. We got a few. And, of course, they had something happen while I was gone on that ridge right above the lake. I think that's when I came to get you.
Probably.
Right there at dark. They had some kind of, he said, strange howls or something, whoops or something come off that top of that hill. And tomorrow I'm going to be up on the club. I got to go up there and we're going to meet up and clean a couple of fields up before turkey season comes in next Saturday or whatever the 25th is. But we're going to try to get up there and try to open up a couple of fields. Then I'm going to come back by the lake. I got to check. Pat left some blue marbles there. And I'll always go back after we've camped out somewhere. You need to do that too if you can, if it's one of those places you can get back to easy and see what's happened.
Because they're going to check it out after you leave.
Yeah.
And Misty said, didn't y'all find a possible structure after everybody left?
Yes, there by the clubhouse. Yes, sure did. Rebecca pointed that out. She said, look at that. I looked over and I said, Lord have mercy. So, I don't know if it had been there. I don't know if it had been there or if that just got made. It was weird. It was right there within 30, 40 feet of the clubhouse, which that's where that sentry stays. He stays in that area. In fact, Pat said when he was leaving Thursday morning, He said he thought there was a wood knock happen. When he got to the gate to unlock it to leave, he heard a wood knock back up toward the clubhouse. So that old sentry was probably telling everybody, "Hey, he's leaving. He's gone." So and he had some of that happen other night when me and Rebecca went up. I think it was no, it was when I carried you home on Tuesday, and I went back up. He said me and Rebecca been gone maybe 5 or 10 minutes, maybe enough time to get back to the main road that goes to the clubhouse. And he heard a wood knock come from top of the ridge over where he heard the talking the day before. No one was signed out in the club, so he heard some mumble jumble that you can't never understand, of course. And he had a couple of nights he got creeped out that he went ahead and got into his booger buggy, because he said it just got too creepy. He said the heaviness got so heavy, even the dog was acting funny.
And that's unusual for Pat.
It is very unusual.
So that makes me think we do have a different set there now, or a different leader.
I don't know. It's hard to say. So that weekend and with Pat here was a very good weekend. I enjoyed myself. I'll tell you, I'm still kind of tired from it. And then this past weekend, of course, we was down at Hollins Hunters Camp. We had some vocals happen both nights. Some very good vocals both nights. Let's see. Had Mr. Dale Brownsville there talking about his Bigfoot experiences. Y'all need to go check out his page called Boogerville. He done a very good talking on what he has experienced at his place and his stuff around Phoenix City, Alabama, which is right across from Columbus, Georgia, where Fort Benning is located. Of course, we had, I can't remember Jessica. Was it Jessica that done the paranormal on Friday night? Jessica.
I remember, let me go pull up where I sent.
Yeah, Jessica something.
To.
She's from up North Alabama, right on the Tennessee line in Jackson County, which is up there around like Scottsboro, up in that neck of the woods.
Jessica
Fife. She's from Fife.
She's from Fife. Jessica Howard Crowell.
Yeah. So
Haggard Crowell.
So she talked a little bit about a lot of her paranormal experiences, going to different old hospitals and cemeteries, and she thinks she's had a couple of Bigfoot experiences before too.
Did Janelle send you pictures of different mark?
Huh?
Sorry, Janelle found her first star asterisk.
She sent me some pictures of that.
Oh, it was you. Okay.
I'm getting to it.
I get all the marks and everybody mixed up.
Oh yeah, there's so many marks in the.
And there's so many Larrys and there's so many Jonathans.
Yeah,
I can't keep up.
That's
no
why
more.
I always say plowboy. That way most people know which mark you're talking about.
Yeah, her and Spencer's talking about it, and she said I sent pictures to Mark, and I was like.
Well, now she sent pictures too today.
Okay.
So I'll show them to you here a little bit. Let's see. Let me get back where I was at. So, like I said, Mr. Browswell gave a good talking on stuff he's experienced. He done a little singing for us. He was involved in country music a lot for years. I think he toured with some of the bigger country music singers. And he's even got a song about Bigfoot. So, pretty cool, pretty good. And he's got some patriotic songs and stuff like that. So it's pretty good. What you laughing about?
I never paid attention to the shine jars.
Okay.
So I had to look at them.
So ended up having a good weekend. Everybody enjoyed themselves. We had a good meal happen. I hate that the people that couldn't come, but I understand. You just can't make everything. It's hard. I would love to go to everything, but I got to work for a living too. And so, see how she does. All you got to do is lay her on the back, start rubbing the belly, and she'll behave the rest of the whole time for you. But let's see. Trying to think of anything else really significant happened over the weekend. Everybody got out okay. Most people went ahead and packed up Saturday night because they knew that rain was coming in. It was probably a good thing because there was some rain hit the ground.
Yeah.
Let's see. And I don't remember anybody talking about hearing nothing during Saturday night. So I stayed there till everybody went to bed Saturday night, and I had a good talk with some people around a campfire. Because the crowd got a lot less, so it was easier to have some good conversations.
Sister's just spoiled.
Found out a good spot to go in Bankhead to camp out. So I need to talk to some of y'all down the road about maybe us having a camp out in Bankhead. A guy told me where they've had a lot of stuff happen. And it's a primitive hunter's camp that you can get into pretty easy. So we'll have to look at that. I'll be talking to Greg House about that. He probably knows exactly where the spot is. Huh?
Probably.
Yeah. So might be something we can do later on this year. And like I started off earlier, this coming up Creepy Mountain Tales, this coming up Wednesday will be Mr. and Mrs. Pat. She's had some good experiences. I knew she had, but she really hadn't talked about it. Her and Joe both have.
Mr. Kilpatrick got run out of Bankhead.
Yeah. I was going to say, I wouldn't doubt it. There's certain parts of Todd Diggin National Forest you get run out of too, especially back up toward Cheehaw. There's a few places up in there. And people have got run out of Hollins down there. Mm-hmm. Plus, supposedly a guy was killed by one down there, but nobody's seen what killed him. But there's still some strange stuff about that went on. So y'all, check that out Wednesday with her stuff.
Sister's a mess.
Chris Reinhardt might get mad at me because he's been trying to get her on the show. And I finally hemmed her and Mr. Joe up the other day. And I said, yeah, we're going to talk a little bit here on camera. So,
hey, say hey to Kathy Mellon.
Hey, Kathy, how you doing? So y'all, she had some good stuff happen there at Falk. And her and Joe's had some good stuff happen in places where they camped out around Louisiana. So y'all check that out Wednesday. Finally did talk to the guy that had the other sighting. He's just been real busy, had a lot going on, but he's willing to meet me down there at that spot. So hopefully next week I can get down there and film that place and let him tell what he's seen. Anything else I can't think of?
Throwing rocks, limbs, and shaking big trees.
Interesting. That's very interesting. May have to, if you're willing, Mr. Kilpatrick, I may have to talk to you by email or phone if you don't mind, and get your total encounter. That way we can document it. I mean, I can keep your confidence or your not confident.
Keep you anonymous.
I can keep you anonymous. But that's the good thing about most researchers will do good about not revealing everything, especially if somebody asks them.
He says not a problem.
But if you want to send me an email, it's mgreen35151@gmail.com, and then we can exchange phone numbers or whatever. That way everybody don't get your phone number. Because I mean, some people might be some. I ain't saying the ones that's on here because these are all good people, but you never know. Somewhere down the road, somebody might watch this.
Don't know who that is.
What's
Any
that?
chance you could send me? Oh, okay. Janelle and him's talking about a future guest, possibly.
Okay.
And had the two on all fours here. Mr. Kilpatrick said had two on. Had the.
Well, yeah, because he told me.
Yeah.
Remember, he was on one of our lives here about a month ago, and he said he's seen them two go across the field. So yeah, I need to talk to you and get both of those. I've got another place I got to go check out up at Turnip Seed Campground up toward Cheehaw. Had somebody email me about some stuff that went on there last year, and I need to go up there and check that area out. I've heard of stuff from there before. There was one that walked across the road not far from there, And that's a public place, so if anybody's looking for a place to go, I know most people don't have private places to go to. And I know that kind of messes you up because then you got to deal with the human factor, people coming through. You don't know if a human made it or, or you can get a lot of time you can get on private land and you can take away some of that factor. So I know, but if you don't have nowhere to research and you want to get into research, I will say please be careful because we don't know what these things will do. I mean, the ones on hunting clubs been pretty calm most of the time, but you never know. I mean, you really don't know because we don't know what they are. I mean, we have our opinions what they are, but
and we have our experiences. But maybe a different experience for somebody else.
Well, some people's had it bad, like Mr. Kilpatrick talking about getting run out.
Well, I was meaning even in the same area. Two people may have the different experience.
True, that's true. So, I mean, we've had them up there on the club get kind of ill with the women. I don't know why, but I mean, that one got ill with that one lady. I don't know why. Now he may have not really got ill. He may have just been wanting to get her out of there for another reason. I don't know. There may have been a mean one around. He was trying to run her out before the mean one come up. Yeah. I don't know, but and I don't know why that come out in that field and squatted on Amy at that time. I don't know why he.
And then I've never seen anything or had anything happen.
Well, baby, not everybody sees them.
That's what I'm saying.
So I don't know.
Everybody's experience may be different.
Yeah. Well, everybody's is. Mm-hmm. We might have similar things happen, but some people see the portals open up. Some people see half of them disappear. Some people see this, and I can't say they're not.
Some people see nothing.
I can't say, well, you've seen a cloudy figure in the road. So, but us three were seeing the figure, but you just seen what looked like fog moving. So, I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of us just different perceptions of everything. I think that's just human nature, and then I don't know what else is taking place there that could cause that. I mean, I really don't know. So, I just need to see if anybody got a question or something real quick.
Yeah, because you're fixing to have to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Because you got to go to work.
Mr. Kilpatrick says I think they know who can handle it and who can't. Maybe a very good thing. True.
Sister's just a spoiled dog.
So, I mean, there's just so much that
Get down.
That we can really talk about.
Good girl. Let's see. Sherry
and Janelle had some good stuff this week. She found some
tree
good
break after I made a few grunts.
She had some good stuff she found this week. So
let me know when you plant peas. What peas are we planting, Janelle? Are we planting field peas or are we planting sweet peas? Because if you're planting sweet peas, you're almost missing your mark. You need them in the ground now.
Yeah, you need to wait till it gets good and hot for plant cow peas, field peas. That's your purple hulls.
The purple hulls and the zippers
crowders, the lady fingers.
Yeah, purple hull and zipper. That's gonna be May.
Yeah, I think they need at least 65 degrees in the soil. Corn can sprout at 55 degrees. Watermelon, cantaloupe, okra, peas need I think at least 65 degrees or warmer for them.
Now, is Janelle in the same garden zone we are?
I don't know what zone she's in. She's kind of, you middle Arkansas? Or are you more up toward the northern end a little bit? If she's close to those, Wichita.
Zone 7.
Huh?
Zone 7. So end of May.
Yeah, so she's about like us.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was.
I think we get a little bit earlier than her, but not by a lot. Because we're 7B.
I couldn't remember if she was close to the Wichita or she was close to the Ozarks. I couldn't remember which one she was closer to. But
LA line.
Huh?
LA line.
LA.
Yeah, LA.
What does that mean? Lower Arkansas, like we call Lower Alabama?
I don't know. She just typed it.
That's probably Lower Arkansas because that's what we call South Alabama. Most people call it Lower Alabama.
Spencer, we went back yesterday and videoed and took pictures and measured stuff, but found some more stuff while we were there. Louisiana, yeah. Louisiana line.
Okay. Now, who said that?
Janelle.
Okay. That's cool.
Oh, Spencer's wife's home. He's got to go cook.
Hey, bub, cook us something good. I'll call you tomorrow. Probably tomorrow.
Yeah, hit that thumbs up, y'all.
Yeah, Misty's found some good stuff too.
Yeah, he was telling me about it earlier. I got to go look at it still. So
And I got to show you what Janelle found too. So I hadn't had a chance to show you everything.
I know, with you working thirds and me working firsts, and we get about this much time in each day.
Well, you need to give them your email address too, and when they.
Y'all, my email address, Becca's, BECCAS, Gardens, because I garden, GARDENS 12@gmail.com.
Y'all send it to her too, because she'll look at it. She
sent me some more stuff to look at. Okay.
So y'all can just copy both of us in it.
And y'all know I'm in Facebook and everything, so hate to say that's where most everybody still sends me everything is in Facebook, even though I had the whole Facebook debacle. But now y'all have my email.
So well, I guess we need to start wrapping up.
Yeah, you really do, because it's 7:15 or 7:16, and you're gonna be late for work.
I ain't gonna be late for work.
What time are you gonna be there?
When I want to get there.
Oh, well then why we gotta wrap it up?
Because I do need going in. When I get off early.
That's true. All right.
I can kind of make my hours on Friday nights.
All right, guys. So if y'all have any questions, y'all leave us comments after the video. Feel free to email us with questions. Find us on Facebook. And leave us some questions and stuff, and we'll address them in the next live, or we'll do a video on it. Y'all, I'm so sorry that my homestead videos are not coming out every week like they're supposed to. There's only enough hours in the day to get so much done.
Well, I got to hit
and
that song.
Yeah, well, and I'm the main one that does the editing. Yeah. So, and then I have to film my own video too, and I got to work, and I got to do all the work too, to do that video. So
I'll try to do one on the farm all tractors. Yeah. That way, if somebody does want a small tractor,
you can do something about it. Yeah,
I'll do.
And that's a good one to do.
Yeah,
but so yeah, that's where I am with the homestead videos. The plan was not for me to work full time originally, but then it kind of landed in my lap at the right time, and then it becomes too much. Yeah. So the homestead videos will pick back up though now that we have evening hours that are daylight again, so that'll help. But so y'all just keep watching, because Mark will be doing his on Wednesdays now, and they may still stay fireside chats because I have to redo all the logos and everything if it doesn't.
Well,
but Friday fireside chats just goes,
Right, and we want to do some outside.
Yeah,
we're gonna probably later on
when it's not raining
when
and
it's
cold.
not raining, we'll build a fire, and maybe I'll get a light.
Mm-hmm.
People, we still, and I want to do some from Creepy Mountain. Now we won't be able to go over to the lake and do it because
there's no service.
But I can get close to the clubhouse.
Mm-hmm. Do it in some of the crossroad areas.
And we might have the Sentry show up because he loves that area around the clubhouse.
Or the gate.
Right, because I don't know how many people have sit there and seen him right there around that area. That's probably where we should have went that night and sit there a while. I didn't think about it, but he would probably cross the road on somebody.
Yep.
But he's a tall and big one too. Let's see. What else was I going to say?
So like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Yeah, well, you just said it. So, y'all remember everybody with support. Spencer and Misty with Woodwalkers. They'll be there on Sunday afternoons at 1:30 Central.
Oh, did we set a time?
Huh?
Did they set a time?
They've had a time the whole time.
Oh, okay.
But 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central.
1:30 our time, yeah.
Did Misty and her family with Southern Appalachian Sasquatch Seekers on Facebook. Mr. Chris Reinhardt with Discover Sasquatch.
He had surgery again.
Yeah, he did. Y'all remember him? Mr. Kyle Conley with Encrypted Connections, and Inhumanoids with Bart Munley, and Hillbent Holler's got some pretty cool stuff. I like
Beast
watching
TV.
it. And of course the guys at Beast, Mark and Larry, and the rest of the crew,
Yeah.
which Spencer and Misty's part of that too. And also
Deep South Homestead.
yeah, Deep South and Pulmer Pastures and
Perma
excuse me, and the Holler Homestead is good ones to watch.
Yeah, I like the Hollers.
There's some more out there. There's some more.
And there's several that their older videos are better because they were smaller then.
Right. Check out Mr. Braswell at Boogerville.
Boswell.
Is it Braswell? Okay. Check him out at Boogerville. He's got some good stuff on his page. Some good videos and audios. And he's down at Phoenix City, Alabama. So check him out. And anybody is welcome to put anything on our page, dealing with sightings or Bigfoot or farming. We don't have an issue with it, do you?
No. I don't know if they're allowed to put anything on the page, though. I don't know if I set it up to where they can.
On the Facebook
But they can
page?
go to the Facebook page is mostly where the farm posts. I don't know if they can actually make a post on somebody else's page.
Well, we may have to look into that.
Mark D finally made it.
Hey, Mr.
But now
D.
there's the Cedar Creek Bottoms for sale group. They're more than welcome to go
Well, I
into.
was talking about posting, like when people don't have shows and stuff.
Yeah,
we may have to
that's-
sit down and figure that out.
Yeah.
And,
Most of those are done in groups, not pages.
well, that's true.
And that's what the Cedar Creek Bottoms page for sale group is.
Oh, okay.
So I need to just change the title of the group and just make it Cedar Creek Bottoms Farmstead Group.
Yeah, I might need to. We'll sit down and look at everything. Y'all remember Coombo, Tim Baker? I hadn't talked to him much this week. I texted him Monday, I think. I know everybody's blowing his phone up right now, so I hate to worry him to death. And but I probably will check in on him this weekend. I think Mr. Jeff Townsend's doing better. I haven't heard nothing from Flat Rock about his mother, so I need to probably send Flat Rock. Well, Flat Rock didn't get to stay with us last weekend. He had to leave Friday night, heading back to check on his mama.
Had an emergency come up.
So I think Jonathan talked to him a few times. Go check out Jonathan Odom's stuff.
Janelle sends that picture send that picture to Spencer.
What's that?
Janelle said send that picture to Spencer.
Oh, the
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I told you Mark D just came on, right?
I spoke to him.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
And glad to see. I appreciate everybody that's been supportive of us on the Bigfoot stuff. The channel is growing, getting some good questions. And I've got some good stuff coming over the next few weeks. Hopefully get with that guy. Mr. Bell's going to be back down at Hatcher Creek spending the night Monday, I think. So he's done been back down there, him and another guy. They got some pictures of something. I don't know what it is, but they got a picture of something. But it was not Mr. Bell, it was the other guy got the picture. So I don't know. But anyway, let's see. I can't think of anything else. Can you?
And yes, Mr. Mark, you did show up really late. You missed the whole thing.
Yeah, he can go back and watch it.
Yeah, but he won't be able to cut up with us.
Well, I hate it. We're going to get back on our regular. Now, I think in April we may miss a live. And then in May, I know we'll miss one because my boy will be graduating up in Ohio. So I'll be gone, which, you can still do a live by yourself. So, because I don't think Rebecca's going to be able to go with me. So there'll be a couple times we may not have a live, and we'll try to let everybody know if we can. Spencer told me about something earlier that I need to check out. That might help us on this.
Well, and I told you about something earlier
You
too that you didn't think about.
Right. So, but we like I said, Friday nights we're not stepping on other people's toes too much, and most time I'm off on Friday night, so we could go for several hours if we needed to, you know.
And we could.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more stuff we could get into deep talking, and we probably will, especially if we start getting to go up on the hunting club and some stuff like that. I wish we could film at the lake. I wish we could do live there.
Yeah.
I wish I could figure up a way to bring a cell signal in there, but you get down in that hole and you get a skip here and there. Sometimes you'll get a text out. Every now and then, phone will ring, but you have to stand in the right spot. If you move 1 foot, it's gone.
Yep.
So, but their clubhouse, there's always good service there. And then a couple other places on the club, I've always had good cell service. So as long as you stay in a spot, you do pretty good. So, well, we love everybody, and everybody get along, treat each other good, love each other, and try to get along. Be respectful of each other's opinions on this inhumanoid, cryptid, Bigfoot, whatever you want to call them, subject, because ain't none of us experts. We're all learning from each other and sharing with each other. That's what I want to do with my stuff, is to share it to you, share other people's experiences where maybe you learn something from it to help you in your area. If you know of any stuff going on in areas like Spencer there in Virginia, if you know something going on in that neck of the woods, let Spencer know. If you're there in the Tennessee, East Tennessee area, let Misty know. If you are in close to Arkansas, Louisiana line, let Janelle know, or let Lori know over in Texas, or let Miss Pat, Northern Blue Eyed, know. They're in Louisiana. So, and the Beast guys, you know, they're up in, I think, Middle Tennessee or somewhere in that neck of the woods. Let them guys know. And or Mr. Nunley up in Kentucky. The Hell Bent Holler, there, I think they're in South Carolina. But I think they do Tennessee and North Georgia and North Carolina, and they go to LBL some. So there's all ones, if you live in a certain part of the country and you're having stuff going on. Of course, I'm here in Alabama. So if you got something in this neck of the woods, you know, let me know. And if it's not where I can go look at it, I might get somebody else to come, like Keith, and you know, we got Coonbo and some of them other guys up North Alabama.
We're in Ohio.
Who is that?
Kathy Mellon said, we're in Ohio.
We're in Ohio.
One of the guys is in Ohio.
Oh, is it?
One of the names?
What
did you mention about Ohio? One of the guys is
I
up in
mentioned that
Ohio?
my kids are in Ohio. And I'm going to
what part of Ohio?
Outside of Columbus. So, let's see. All right. I guess we better call it a night.
Yep. Son's graduation is outside of Columbus.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
All right. Well, I hope everybody has a good weekend. And I hope I spoke to everybody that's been on tonight. If I didn't, please forgive me.
Say hey to Miss Rhonda. She popped in too.
Hey, Miss Rhonda.
She gonna catch us on the replay.
Yeah, and I want to get you on video if you're willing to do it. So.
Well, she can't listen right now. She doesn't have her earbuds, and she's sitting in Peking Garden.
Oh, okay.
She getting her some Chinese.
Okay.
So, all right, guys. So we're gone. Y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Love y'all. Be careful and have a good weekend.